Let's get it started. Good morning. Happy Saturday. How is everyone? I've missed you. I have absolutely missed you. Thanks, guys, for your patience. It's been like a kind of a crazy last couple of weeks. Um, Happy belated 4th of July. I told you that on Instagram, but hey. Welcome to those of you who are new. My name is Dr. EVA Okindai Apia. And it looks like we already have some people in here. And thanks to Miss Beautiful Kimmy. Thanks a lot for joining the live. I'm glad you were able to catch one. But yes, I've missed you. Okay, let me just do a little bit of a check here.
Catch one, but yes.
Ooh. Okay, good. Okay, good. Welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. EVA Okindai Apia. And if you haven't already, on your way in, like this video, share, and definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel. So on this platform, what we do is we talk basically all things health and wellness. And, a lot of you I've met through social media, and you guys know that one of my guilty pleasures is reality TV. So that's kind of how I've met some of you guys on other platforms. And I just want to say thank you for subscribing if you have, and thank you for just joining me on this live or catching the replay for sure. And anyway, so on this platform, we are really focused on health and wellness. Last month in June, we talked about the Ultimate Health Plan series. So really, we gave personalized prescriptions really for people in different phases of their life. Like we did the divorcee, the new bride, the professional woman was probably one of the top videos, and then also the caregiver. So there's a lot of information on here. There's a lot that I think we can share as a community, and so I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for rocking with me. And right now we are growing, and I really want your guys' help to definitely get the word out, and also for just suggestions for topics. Now, today, we're talking about the mind, body, and spirit. And for those of you who are new, again, I am an internal medicine doctor, and then I also went on to do kidney specialty. Or nephrology. So I'm really trying to provide content that's relevant to you and relevant to now, right? So definitely there's more in store for you. Okay, let's see. I just want to go ahead and, yay, share my screen, just the window. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. Perfect, yes. Okay, today's live is in 2021, in the era of a pandemic. How do we reclaim our mind, body, and spirit? Because health is everything, right? So health is not just the absence of disease, much like peace is not the absence of war, right? Just because we're not at wartime or fighting with other countries doesn't mean that the country's at peace. That's number one. Same thing in 2021. You know what I mean? Just because, an individual does not have COVID doesn't mean a person is healthy. And remember, health is really multifaceted. It's not just how much you weigh and how you look, but it's also about, making sure the mind, body, spirit, or mind, body, soul is in alignment. And, that's something I definitely subscribe to and I'm working on personally, but definitely for my patients. And that's the benefit of coming to this channel is we're going to break it all down, but I also want to hear from you. Okay. So let me just go ahead and get started. Oh, okay. Let me use my other screen here. Ooh, yes. Okay. Okay, just bear with me here. Screen. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Reclaiming the mind, body, and spirit. I just want to spend the next like 25, 30 minutes just talking about some of these topics. And then definitely I want you guys to call in and comment, okay? Oh, hi, to be Black Native, Grand Rising, Dr. Yeah, oh, thank you, sweetheart. So, mind. So remember, in our life, thoughts shape reality. Everything that we think translates into our feelings, and with more and beyond feelings into our behaviors. And really, a collection of behaviors really shapes our reality. So thoughts shape reality. And I think with the pandemic, we have seen alarming rates of, depression, depressed mood, anxiety is through the roof for sure. And I don't blame people. And, I've had my own challenges with, like, hey, I feel stagnant and, under a lot of stress, not just from, work and, jobs, but just the pandemic has brought on a lot of challenges. Remember that you are in command. You are the architect of your own reality and your own destiny. And part of that is cultivating a life that we want through our thoughts and through our mind. And, life happens, and the thing I want to just highlight is therapy. Remember on my past lives, and I was on Princess's show just earlier this week. Remember, we were talking about how, for every person, there's a right doctor. For every person, there's a right hairstylist. And I think everyone should have a therapist. It doesn't mean like someone is crazy or, having weird thoughts. Life happens, and I think it's good just to go ahead and get therapy from a licensed professional. What I'm looking for are people whom I recommend are those with an LMFT, or licensed marriage and family therapist, or an LCSW, I believe, licensed clinical social worker. These are like the official degrees. So I just wanted to share that. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying. Okay. Yeah. Hi, beautiful Kimmy. Thank you so much. Yeah, I can't wait to catch this live. Absolutely. Hi, dear. And then again, welcome to Be Black Native, Grand Rising. Grand Rising to you, okay? So I want to know what you guys think about that. There's a lot going on in 2021, and the question is, how do we get in control of our own thoughts and behaviors, and obviously our actions? And I would just like to learn from you how you guys get centered and get still, and we'll get into that more in a little bit. So tell me what you think. I've also dropped the link here. Okay, so feel free just to call in or comment about your own experience, or any comments. Here's one thing I want to hear from you guys. How are you guys finding therapists? Because like for me, I normally have like a system. If I'm in a hospital system, I can just put in an order for a therapist consult or something like that. But that's not always accessible to everybody. So how are you guys looking for therapists or trying to find counsel? I would love to hear your experience, especially with the explosion of telehealth and telemedicine. Absolutely. Please let me know. Okay, let me add this back. Okay, so next part is after mind is body. You guys, this is extremely important. Okay, remember, let me see if you can see this. Oh, okay, just a second. You guys probably can't even see that. Just bear with me, guys. Okay, add to stream. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. So, with body. Okay, this is something I'm totally passionate about, and something I'm also working on personally and for my patients. Right? Remember, in general, in this country, leading cause of death is heart disease, meaning heart attack and stroke. So a lot of what your primary care physician will do will likely be to help manage or reduce risk of cardiovascular related disease, because that's the number one killer. And oftentimes it's a silent killer in association with hypertension, right? Or high blood pressure. So these are things like there are 5 key things I'm always talking about in clinic that pretty much applies to pretty much everyone. You got to cut out the bad stuff and incorporate the good stuff. So avoiding smoking and excess alcohol, those things age the body. It speeds up your risk for heart disease and heart attack and stroke. Okay, and one question I commonly get is how much alcohol, is recommended. Of course, socially from time to time is okay, but the concern is binge drinking and binge drinking over time. Of course, that can hurt your liver, and I've seen people where they drink so much they turn yellow. You guys may have seen that in your communities or even in your families or friendship group. So avoiding excess smoking and alcohol just ages and can hurt the body. The next thing is, diet and exercise at the end of the day is so important. People talk about, okay, what really is a healthy diet? I always go back to the basics. Now, I'm not a nutrition expert, but these things work, right? So a low salt diet, low carbohydrates, okay? Low salt helps to minimize risk of high blood pressure, which could affect the heart. And then also low carbs just helps with the body overall, especially for those who are diabetic. Remember that. So that's going to be important. And another question I commonly get is, hey, how do I get rid of like that belly fat? Especially for women at the bottom. Remember, men and women carry our weight differently. And for women, we commonly, because of our estrogen, we commonly have, some fat at the bottom. And part of that is normal and physiologic. But when it's excess, remember, hey, you don't need excess weight on your body because it puts strain and stress on your body. It can hurt your heart. You don't want that. Low carb is helpful. And that's one of the key ways to lose weight for those of you who are interested in doing that. Remember, fruits and vegetables, the closer it is to the ground, the better. So what I mean by that are, natural foods that grow from the earth, i.e. fruits and vegetables. For me, when I'm trying to be healthy, I start my meal out with the fruits and vegetables and water and try and fill up on those things first, because sometimes I'm extremely hungry and then I eat the steak and the French fries, and then all that stuff at the end. No, so I try and have those things in the beginning, the salad first, the fruits and veggies first to fill my stomach, and then, add some of the, fun stuff later. So, it's not easy. And then also exercising, you have to break a sweat, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta break a sweat. I recommend 3 times weekly for at least 30 minutes. Even walking over time, twice a week can help you. Just exercise, get your heart rate up, and then you can always bump it up. For some people who are people who do not exercise, that's what I recommend. Just walking twice a week around your neighborhood for 10 minutes and then gradually increase the time, increase the frequency with which you walk, and then, jog for 10 minutes, jog for 10 seconds, stop and walk, jog for 20 seconds, walk, jog for 30 seconds, walk. You will be surprised that your body just overall gets used to this. So those are the kind of main things I would recommend is remember your body really is a temple. It's a vessel. You have to take care of your body. And look, we are living longer than ever before, and this is part of our just routine maintenance, right? So, yeah, tell me what you think. Okay, let me pause for just a minute. Beautiful Kimmy says, I was told too much fruit aren't good for you because of the sugars. It depends on the person. So that's a good point. Some fruits do have lots of sugars or carbohydrates. However, if you're eating fruits instead of, gulping sodas or gulping desserts, you have to, weigh that. So it depends on relative to what. I generally recommend fruits and vegetables overall are okay. Now, um, if you're diabetic or if you have kidney disease and have had issues with salts in the body, such as potassium and phosphate, then there are some caveats to that. You may have to avoid certain foods like excess bananas. But remember, like your body is built to handle sugars. Like you can process sugars. My concern with sugars is actually, for example, sugars that have like no nutritional content. Fruits have nutritional content. There's a lot of like antioxidant properties. There's a lot of vitamins in a lot of these fruits. And overall, they're healthy, but they do contain sugar. Now, those sugars that don't have any nutritional content, I'm talking about just like sodas and, coffee with a ton of creamer. These things have essentially no nutritional content and they're empty calories. So, you just have to weigh that. But you're right, fruits do have sugars and, everybody is different. But, just keep that in mind. Occasional like pineapple and strawberry as opposed to ice cream will generally be okay. But yeah, I'd like to know more about, your thoughts about that and what was the context, why did someone recommend that for you? Was that your doctor? Who knows? Okay. Okay, last couple slides in the next few minutes is spirit. I recommend everybody, including myself, guys, develop a daily spiritual practice or just a practice to renew and rejuvenate. I want to hear from you guys. Call in or comment in the chat. How do you cultivate your spirit? How do you nurture your spirit? And it's not just your thoughts in your mind, but how do you get centered? Because, there's a lot of stress, obviously, in general in life. The pandemic has added extra stress, financial, there's emotional. Sometimes we can't travel and see our family, those things, despite the vaccine. How do you renew, rejuvenate, and replenish your energy? And I'll get into that in a little bit. But remember, I'm not talking about religion, okay? Religion is really an organized set of rules and practices. I'm talking about you as an individual. How do you center yourself? So I'd like to hear from you. Part of that is what I shared before, which is the JETS. JETS is an acronym I came up with as part of our emotional wellness kind of toolkit. And I think these are the foundations for helping to cultivate your inner spirit. Journaling, I think, is a great way to reflect and sometimes dump what's on your mind. I don't know about you guys, but have you ever been up at night not being able to sleep because you're worrying or ruminating or having so many thoughts about one repeated intrusive issue in your life? Consider journaling to just help clear your mind and just mind dump. And then going back to see, hey, what did I talk about last week? You start to see themes and patterns, and I think helps to, for us to help understand ourselves. Exercise, there's something about, remember we talked about this before on my channel and earlier, the mind body spirit connection. Exercise can help obviously move the muscles. There's good cardiovascular benefits, of course, but sometimes during the exercise we can also clear our mind and process things that are going on in life. So there's really something about exercise that helps to obviously release endorphins. There's something that is released in the brain that helps people honestly feel better and process stress and cope with stress. So definitely journal, exercise. You guys know I'm a proponent of therapy. And like I said, every person, for me, in my opinion, every person needs a doctor, a lawyer or know of a lawyer in case things go left, okay, a hairstylist or barber, and a therapist. These are just the keys to life, you guys. And it's a way to get, again, out of your own head. One of my friends, I thought she was so brilliant when she said this: therapy or counseling is a way to have an appointment for yourself. Make an appointment for yourself. And I definitely recommend this, especially for people who are serving others, who are caregivers. The burden on you guys is extremely high. We talked about this in a prior live that, when you're serving or providing care for others, sometimes that stress actually impacts you as an individual. And we talked about this, like if you have a spouse who's in a professional school, like law school, medical school, or if you have a neighbor who's ill and you're helping him or her through cancer treatment, something like that. Or even, you're a parent, any parent, kind of by definition, you have to put this life above your own. And, my point in this channel and really in this live is to cultivate and make sure that self-care is a priority. And I always say that self-care is not, it's not a luxury like, oh, when I have the time or I have the money or once this happens, then I'll take care of myself. No, it's a choice and it's a daily choice. It's actually a requirement. The more you have on your plate, the more you actually have to put yourself first. That goes for parents, again, for caregivers, for the professional person. Put yourself first every time, every time. And part of that is, how do you identify how to put yourself first, how to take care of yourself? A lot of these tools will help you identify those things. Again, remember we talked about creating a spiritual practice, and there's a lot of literature and support for mindfulness and meditation, not focusing on what happened in the past or worrying about what's going to happen or could happen in the future. It's being present in the current moment. Sometimes, I've seen, a lot of analysis about really what is depression, what is anxiety. And I thought this analogy was kind of very interesting, that depression is a sadness and depressed mood over things that have happened in the past. And anxiety is worrying about possibilities in the future. And sometimes we awfulize or expect the worst. It goes back to our thoughts, right? So it's important that we, get back on track. There's a lot of pressure on us in, 2021, but I just wanted to encourage everyone listening that we have power, we have agency over our own lives, okay? So I just wanted to invite you guys. Let me see what you guys are saying. Okay, it looks like there's someone in the chat. Let me just acknowledge a few people, okay? Oh, hi, Juanita. Good morning. How are you? 2 days ago, was that for the anxiety thing? Or, not being able to sleep? Yeah, possibly. That happens to me too. Miss McKinday, meditation and honest conversations with a mentor has been helpful. I'm considering therapy. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. We all need support. And I want to be a resource for you guys. Honestly, some of you guys, like through social media or through this platform, have given me a lot of hope and encouragement, and I thank you for that. So yeah, I'm right there with you. You guys, I really want to know what you guys think about how to find a therapist. Seriously, let me know in the chat. Beautiful Kimmy, living in this now, one day at a time. Me too. Me too. Thank you for sharing. Hey, dog. Okay. To be Black Native, can I put you on? Are you ready to come on? Okay. Okay. So it looks like we have a caller. Okay, I'm going to add her right now.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just a little sleepy this morning.
Welcome to the
morning
show.
in Arizona. I don't know where you are, but I'm in Arizona.
I'm in New Jersey, so I'm on the East Coast. So, yeah, it is a bit early. Thanks for joining us. How are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know if you read my chat yet. I don't think you did, but it's been a hard journey moving here to Arizona. I don't really know anyone.
Yeah.
I don't have a hairstylist. I don't have a doctor for all the things I need a doctor for. And I don't know if you're familiar with Roland Martin Unfiltered.
I am. Love him. Love him.
Yeah, he's the best. And a therapist came on his platform and she gave me her, she gave us all her, IG and her, her email address and the website.
Right.
And I went to the website and signed up, but nothing ever happened. I wasn't able to get in touch with her. And I really need a therapist. I need a therapist like yesterday.
Okay.
So, and I wish I could share the information, but since it hasn't worked for me, I can't quite share it with you guys. But, and also, just when I was when I first moved here, I didn't know anybody, and I still haven't met a lot of people because when I was working, it was in 2019, and then I had to leave in 2020 and go to a different job, and I worked like in a factory, and it was hard work, and I had gotten all my credentials. I had my bachelor's, my master's, and I was still trying to get that position that for organizational management is what I'm really good at.
Awesome. Right.
So, but, I was having a hard time. I feel like sometimes ageism and racism and all these other isms take play and
I feel you.
Make things hard for you. And so then I got depressed. I couldn't take the factory anymore. I just walked off the job. I was there. I was trying to stay for a year just so I'd have that on my resume.
Yeah.
I couldn't even make it a whole year. I left the beginning of this year. And then I started walking. I started walking like 6 days a week. I was doing good. I was losing the weight and I was eating healthy. And then one day I was on my way out to walk and I slipped and fell.
Oh.
And that's, I don't know, things like that scare me because I'm scared I'm going to kill myself or something.
Wow.
And to add insult to injury, in 2020, I lost my mother. If you look at my picture on my chat, if you look at the picture on my chat, it's Queen B1 is my mother. I lost her to COVID-19 in April. And I'm Queen B2. That's where the 2B comes from. So, yeah, it's been a hard year for me. And I'm trying to get back now. I collected my Social Security, but I want to get back to work, but I want to get this, my mental and my physical. And then, the FUPA is really hard to get rid of. So I'm really working on that.
Yeah, let me go back to your original comment. I apologize. I didn't see that originally.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, so I have high blood pressure. I don't drink or smoke. Good that you don't drink or smoke. That's extremely important. FUPA tummy. Okay. I love my cake and ice cream daily. Love fruit and veggies, but don't eat enough salad I'm sure. Okay, dear. So this is what I would say. just thank you for, sharing your experience, because I think a lot of people are honestly struggling. And you're not, I wouldn't say you're struggling. I want us to use like empowering, language when it comes to, moving on and just reimagining a new life. And I'm sorry about, you said you had a fall and everything, but my question for you is, how do you get recentered? Remember we were talking about, how do we replenish ourselves? And, I don't know if you guys watch Iyanla Vanzant. I'm a huge fan of hers too.
I do.
Yeah.
I like Iyanla.
I love her. I love her. But I remember she did a spa session about cleaning one's slate. So, that's what I think we should all do, But you have a really beautiful testimony, and congratulations for losing weight as well. And also tell your story, because sometimes I'm like, oh wait, like if one of my patients loses weight, sometimes they're able to like come down on their blood pressure medications. I don't know, what your situation is, but honestly, losing weight it can change your life,
That's sweet, but after the fall, I didn't tell you this part. I gained it all back in. So
you gained it back. Okay, well, the fact that you did it before means you could do it again.
Mm-hmm. I've done it several times. I've done it several times.
It's normal to gain and lose weight. Come on. Yeah, it's normal to gain and lose weight, but you can do it.
I know.
Yeah, you can do it.
But thank you for your encouragement and your words of wisdom, because I do need to talk to a therapist, and I do need to go back to the doctor. The thing is, like I said, moving to a new state, I'm trying to find a new doctor. I'm trying to find a new hairstylist still. I want a black nail person to come to my house and do my nails. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Those are the three things that I want. I want to.
Oh my gosh, you are on the same wavelength. Seriously, when I move, it's like I have to like completely change my whole life. Like you said, new hairstylist. I need a new health team, doctor. Exactly. I need a new nail spot. For me, also a gas station, because where I was living in California, gas is
high.
It's high.
I used to live in California as well, but that was a long time ago. But I lived there. That's the place I've lived the longest, is California.
Oh, really?
I'm more familiar with California than Colorado, Utah, and Arizona.
Oh, you moved all over. So, oh my gosh, I can totally relate to what you're saying. But yeah, if you guys know of anyone in Arizona, are you in Phoenix area?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay, you're in the Phoenix area. I actually have one of my good friends who lives in Phoenix, and she told me
it's hot right now. It's hot right now, but it rained yesterday.
Stay hydrated. Mm-hmm. It's easy. It's easy to get dehydrated easily. And then also, what did I want to say? Yeah, it's hard because you can't really just be exercising at like 1 o'clock because it's so hot. I heard that it was like the hottest it's ever been. Yeah.
I felt I got scared. The fear came in and that's how I gained the weight back, because I stopped. I just cold turkey stopped walking. And I was walking 6 days a week, 30 minutes a day.
Oh, excellent job. Okay. See, I want you to like be able to share that with some other people too. Like sometimes when like one of my patients loses weight, I'm like, wait, tell me, what did you do so I can, encourage other people? Or, sometimes I'm like, you guys should just talk to each other. Mm-hmm. That is awesome. So the fact that you've done it before means that you have the power to do that again. Mm-hmm. And you have to be honored and celebrated just for that, just that alone. But don't give up hope. I also wanted to share this comment from Miss the Empowered Woman. Beautiful. I love your picture. But she said, good morning, Google therapist or look for sites such as Clinicians of Color to find a therapist in your area. Exactly. And that's how I'm trying to start, because people have been asking me, like literally I'm Googling. Or I've also used, I share this on Princess's platform. Hey, Princess, if you're watching. And hey, Bishop. But Teladoc is like one of the telehealth-based services, and their mental health service sessions start at $99. start. And I think subsequent sessions can be cheaper if you know, like buy in bulk, but I don't know the details. So I'm exploring that. But yeah, if anyone here watching, like currently or on the playback, is a therapist or works in like the mental health space, please can you message me? Because I want us to talk. This is like one of the biggest questions I get as well. So I'm just sharing what I've done, but I would love to have like more resources. And honestly, sometimes we do need people of color or people who look like us to be able to counsel us. You know, I'm always talking about on my platform how I think we should have more, you know, Black doctors. Of course, doctors in general are important, but you know, especially for our community, there's nothing like it. I'm not saying other people are not competent. I'm just saying like that connection. You know what I mean? So especially for clinicians of color, I'm glad she mentioned that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for popping me in.
Of course. I'm glad you called in. And, you know, I want us to, you know, keep talking.
Okay.
So, you know, definitely, you know, I want to see how you're doing in like a week or two. But girl, you know, you can do it. You know, get back on just the walking. And also, do you have like any headphones by chance?
That's what I use when I go walking. I use it because I don't like things in my ears, so I hate earbuds. So I wear my headphones.
Oh, okay, like okay.
I wear them like this, and I stick them in my phone, and I do. And one of my meditations you were talking about, I use the piano. Music is my meditation go-to, and I use like the piano music sometimes, and then other times I use Beyonce, "Love on Top" to get me going. And then other times I use CeCe Winans has a album from a long time ago. I still keep it in my repertoire, and it's called "Alone in His Presence," and it has all the good music, all the songs I like.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's actually amazing. I'm so music can honestly, change your whole spirit and your mind and your mood. Yeah. Oh, thanks for sharing that. I should incorporate that into my channel too.
Yeah.
Any musicians and stuff. So yeah, but don't be a stranger. I want us to make sure, you know, we're support for each other. You know what I mean?
Well, we're hooked up now.
Yeah.
We're bonded.
There we go. Thank you.
Have a blessed day.
All right, you too, dear.
I'll see you in the backyard, outside the backyard.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye, dear. Okay. Oh, wasn't she awesome? Thank you so much to be Black Native. I've definitely like seen you on social media, so thanks for sharing your story. I honestly think it could help a lot of people. Just the losing weight thing in general, and then the music one was a huge suggestion, so thank you. Okay, so let's see. Oh yeah, so hey Bishop, thanks for joining our live. I appreciate you. Oh, hey Princess, that's okay, welcome. Sorry, I should have said 12 p.m. Eastern. You know, I'm in New Jersey, so yeah, 12 p.m. Eastern time. But thank you so much for joining the live, and thanks for having me on your channel. Bishop or House of Princess, feel free to call in as well. I put the link in the chat somewhere in there. So yeah, definitely, if you have time or if you feel ready, definitely come in. I would love to, you know, hear from you about mind, body, spirit. Okay. Empowered woman. Oh, okay. So let's see. So I started doing nails myself during the pandemic, and I'm getting better and it's relaxing. I bought the tools they use at the salon. Okay, you know what? I am thinking about doing that myself because it's expensive. And sometimes it's like, actually, I maybe could do a similar job. But yeah, that's really nice. See, anything that like brings you peace, or it's, you know, especially for us women, it's like sometimes just having those things in place, like hair, brow, nails, and skin, water. A happy, you know, a hydrated girl is a happy girl, you know, and is a pretty girl. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh. And it's relaxing. Okay, awesome. What else do you do for relaxation? I would love to hear from you. Okay, so Tasha Lovely. Let's see. I found an amazing Black woman therapist through an online therapy platform. Okay. What's the name of the platform? I would love to know. I pay out of pocket so I don't have to stress over health insurance restrictions. Right. Best investment in myself ever. Thank you. See, that's what I'm talking about. We have to invest in ourselves, and you are worth it. I'm always talking about this. You are worth it. Something you would do for your child, your neighbor, your spouse, you should do doubly for yourself, right? Doubly for yourself. So I think that's amazing. And that's the thing. I also wanted to encourage people. Yeah, we may have to just pay out of pocket initially. Again, I had mentioned on Princess's platform that sometimes through employment, we have complimentary services that are available, such as counseling. Sometimes they offer like an 8 to 10 package, and then you can even renew or pay a small fee at some point. And remember, guys, like if you're purchasing a car or purchasing, a dinner or those shoes, you can do this. It's just sometimes it's hard because it's not tangible. It's not an item that you can actually purchase. And even like sometimes I know like my patients or people in general, we're like, oh, I don't want to spend that money for medications, but it's like, you don't know if this medication, for example, that baby aspirin will save your life. We know that aspirin, a baby aspirin, the aspirin 81 milligrams, reduces your risk, or for in the right context, can reduce your risk of heart disease and stroke. And sometimes it's hard because if you live and you're doing well and you feel healthy, you're like, okay, what was the point of the aspirin? But you don't know what your life could have been like without that aspirin or those other medications or that therapy session. So sometimes, guys, remember, it's not just items, it's your quality of life, and you are worth it. You are absolutely worth it. And that's why for me personally, ladies, I'm spending time on hair, nails, and like trying to, maintain, But yeah, it's definitely dependent on where you live. And every time I move, it's like I got to start over. But anyway, Tasha Lovely, sorry for the tangent, but thank you. You're making the point that I've always wanted to make sure I share, is that you are worth it. And that's the basis of this platform, especially for people of color. Especially for people of color, you are worth it. And your health is absolutely worth it. Thank you. Okay, let me see. Happy Saturday. Thank you for joining. Okay, you like Love on Top too? It gets you in a good mood. Me too. Thank you so much. Thanks, Juanita. You're amazing. So the Real VB, I also started doing my own dip gel nails. Hit all tools from Amazon. Okay, good to know. Thank you. A form of therapy is a great thing, even if it's not an actual therapist, just someone who you can trust and confide into. Getting it out is better than holding it in. #trust. I know. I agree. I totally agree. Stress will manifest somewhere on the body. Absolutely. Always. Never fails. Never fails. So yeah, getting it out and getting it off your chest is really important, especially for those who are introverted. Don't forget. Remember also journaling, but having a friend or a confidant is also important. But remember, there's nothing like a licensed professional too. The Real VB. I keep saying I need to find a therapist also willing to pay out of pocket to get the person I want me to. I also have no excuse because my job does offer free services. Princess spoke of. Okay, so you have access. Just let me know if you end up doing that and what your experience is like. Okay, Miss Hayes, gardening is my therapy. It's so peaceful and allows me to gather my thoughts. Thank you so much. Okay, you guys. Honestly, this morning, my mom sent me a video of her garden because my parents just moved. I don't know if I told you, I'm actually a Midwest girl. So I was born in Chicago and raised in like a small town in Wisconsin. It's a small town called Neenah. So shout out to everyone in Wisconsin if you're watching, and shout out to everyone from the Midwest. But anyway, my mom sent me this video of her garden, and I like sometimes I forget. It's like, oh my gosh, this is something that brings her joy too. There's just something about like tilling and seeing something grow from that's your, from your own hands. It's just amazing. So it allows you to gather your thoughts. Send me a picture of your garden, please. And follow me on Instagram. I want to see your garden, please, please, please. The Real VB, I also want to start journaling, but it seems weird to me. I always wonder who will read it. Oh my gosh. Do you know? Okay, where's my journal? It's not immediately in front of me. I agree. There's some personal things in there, but you can write, you know what, you can write things in such a way that only you would understand. Sometimes, hey, you can write in code, but it's okay. It's better just to get it out. Or you know what, you can even do an electronic journal. That might be a little bit more private, but in my opinion, I still think it's better to get it out of your system than not try it at all. And you know what? I was also the girl that thought it was weird. Like, what are you talking about? Because in my med school, I remember they, encouraged us to like get therapy and counseling and stuff. And I remember one of the therapists at the med school, she said that she always recommended her patients to journal, like usually a lot of the time. And I'm like, I don't know. I was like 22 or 23 or something. I'm like, I don't know. But one day I just tried it, and I can't not journal now. I really can't. Just, try it. And maybe, there are different ways to do it. You can do there are different techniques, and I'm not an expert on journaling. Definitely follow like some YouTube people about that, but you can do bullet format. You don't have to write this lovely, beautiful love letter to yourself. You can just do bullet points, or just, even just random thoughts. You can just get it out. And then the other thing is, I know some people are more visual, so they put together pictures. I don't know if you're into doing, what do you call it? Vision boards. It helps to like clarify goals and principles in your life. You know what I mean? I actually did a vision board last year, and I thought it was really helpful. A lot of the things I wanted actually came to pass. So just consider that. I just want to encourage you, okay? Okay. I don't want to take too much time, but I'll just cover up these last few comments and then put the link in the chat. Let me just share the link one more time. Okay, for anyone who wants to call in, absolutely feel free to call in, share your thoughts, okay? So the Real VB, so true, Kimmy. I have trust issues, so I do need a therapist. Hey, we all have some issue. It's okay. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Okay, to be Black Native, I just love your spirit. I do take 81 milligrams of aspirin a day, 1 banana a day, fresh garlic on an empty stomach, and a cup of hibiscus for the HBP. What is HBP? Is that high blood pressure? Very interesting. Girl, you got it. You got a regimen. Keep going. I love your journey. Real VB Midwest too, born in Chicago. Oh, Michigan. I said Chicago. Born in Michigan, now in Florida for the past 14 years. Okay, get your tan on. All right. That's a good idea. Bullet points regarding journaling. I will try it. Thank you. You're welcome, dear. And let me know how it goes. And beautiful Kimmy, Real V, yeah, I don't want it to fall in the hands of the wrong person. Yeah, LMAO, if I had one, it would be good. I feel you. Trust me, I got you. So thank you so much. Just last call for anyone who wants to join in. If you haven't already, absolutely like, share, and subscribe. And remember, guys, the liking helps to just grow the platform and helps to, let YouTube know that this content is being supported. Remember, guys, I'm at like almost 800 followers, so I really want to get to the 1,000 and be able to, hit my goals and make my goals. So I thank you for listening and watching, okay? So like, share, and subscribe. And also definitely follow me on my Instagram at Dr. EVAOA. And if you message me, I will respond. I will respond. And I also want to share with you guys that I do offer like individual sessions as well. Some people have wanted their own health plan and their health series. And, while I'm not their personal doctor, I do break things down, some health information. And I also offer sessions for couples, to get on the same page and use healthcare to make their lives better. So definitely just know that I do that. And, people have found it to be really helpful, really helpful. So I even shared a tip on a previous live, I think, like, for example, I'll just give this one out just for you guys, because I love you guys. So I remember there's a couple that I know that one of them has asthma, and this person had an asthma attack, right? So in my counseling session, and for anyone who has asthma, I recommended like, hey, you need to have an inhaler. At least I would say 4 inhalers, 1 always in the car, 1 at home, 1 in the office if you go to an office, okay? And then your spouse or significant other should also have like a backup one. So wherever you go, you're covered, right? So I kind of do things like that. So I get to know more about the individual or the couple, and we kind of create plans to meet your healthcare goals. So just let me know if you're interested. Message me on Instagram. We've had some really amazing and powerful sessions, okay? Also, if you do want specific content, let me know. I'm trying to do things that are relevant to now, like 2021. I get a lot of questions about the pandemic, coronavirus, things like that. The other thing is, like sexual health and women's health related issues. You guys know that that's what my research is about, is really improving outcomes for women who have chronic kidney disease as it relates to pregnancy and fertility. So that's one of my passions, and I'm literally doing research on that as we speak. Medical research with my team at Stanford. And then the other thing is, let me know if there's specific topics you want to hear more about. I really want to make this our platform, and I'm really here to serve you guys, because like as a result of the pandemic, I saw so much misinformation and just terrible information relating to the coronavirus that I felt was hurting our communities and disproportionately hurting people of color. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, someone should do something. Like we need a doctor to say something, do something. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I guess that's gonna be me, to just demystify some things and clarify things to make it easier. We shouldn't be a victim of healthcare or healthcare society. But really we should use healthcare to make our lives better. And I want to be able to do that for you and be a resource for you on this platform, okay? So let me finish up with these last couple things. Oh, Princess, you're here. Okay, let me go through this. Tasha Lovely, I do therapy through BetterHelp, told them what I wanted in a therapist, they matched me. Oh, good. Through BetterHelp. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. BetterHelp. Yeah, I'm not familiar with all the platforms, guys, so please just let me know. Just let me know. And they matched me with a clinician licensed in my state. Our sessions are by video conference, and I can message her as needed. Perfect. Thank you, Tasha Lovely. Stay home. Okay, let me add Princess. Princess, can I add you now? Thank you for joining the show.
Hi.
Hey, how are you? Good morning.
Morning,
Oh,
afternoon.
right. How are you doing?
I'm just here to support.
Thank you.
I appreciate you coming on Monday. Also,
Pleasure.
I've found that the pandemic really just it opened up doors for me, and even still, it's opening up my eyes to just focusing on some things that make me happy first,
Yeah.
versus um, I've spent my life just working or being a mother and doing what I had to do. Excuse me. Doing what I had to do to live or survive, and you learn to not prioritize yourself and prioritize your needs because the world teaches you that the kids come first, which in some essence they do, but really they don't. Still, yourself comes first, because if you're not here and functioning, you can't take care of your children and your families. And that's important, that you don't have to think that because you're a parent or because you're the leader of a household or a family that you're not important. You are important. You're important first before anybody else. And once you're happy and you're healthy holistically, then you'll be able to be more effective in your position as a leader, you know. So I've learned that that's way more important than I've just been a workhorse for years. I realized that hadn't taken proper time off for myself. I hadn't made proper goals and had the right guidance to achieve them as through life.
Right.
And I decided, also the world teaches us, after you're past 25 or whatever you are, that your dreams are not important, that you should put them off to the side, and you better work, or you better do what you got to do to survive, and you have to grow up. And yes, we should be grown and be mature, but that don't mean that your dreams have to go to the wayside. You need to reinvent a way in order to get those goals accomplished so that you could be happy. And that's what I've been able to do during the pandemic, is to reinvent myself and start to chase my dreams and be happy in more on a total scale, and not regretful, because as you grow older you live in regret and resentment. No, I didn't get a chance to do that, or I didn't do that. And you'll look up and you be like, well, what have I done with all these years? I'm not saying everybody's that, but that was definitely reflective for me. When they talk about, you watch all these people dying on camera, and all of these people lost their lives, and well, what if I lose my life? What do I have to offer? What have I accomplished all of these years? So my refocus has been happiness and doing things that I like to do. Um, Focusing on, yes, okay, my last child is going to be an adult and they're going to start embarking on the world. Well, if I've dedicated my whole life to them and what they're going to be, and put to the wayside what I'm going to be, now I don't have to do that anymore. So what am I? Who am I? And what am I going to do? So that every day it becomes more and more real to me. So I'm happy, I found a niche in YouTube. I found a niche going back to school for broadcasting, learning things, working and doing things that are fun to me, that, even my job before that, it was supposed to have been fun, but they took the fun out of it for me and the passion out of it for me. So now it's just doing things that are passionate to me, sitting around doing arts and crafts, running my business when I run it right. Even that's therapeutic for me, because if you leave me alone and I can sit there and be creative, because it allows me to be creative, I can do it. I can do it. And, you know, now that people are pushing me to be a help to others, because that was always my ministry calling, is helps. And now I'm helping people in other ways that I never imagined and believed in myself that was my capacity to do. And so it's just a whole different outlook, you know, for me these days.
Congratulations, actually. You know, everyone should subscribe to Princess's channel if you haven't already. She has this amazing platform called House of Princess. I thank you for having me on your show earlier last week. We had fun. I had a lot of fun with you. Oh
Thank
my
you.
gosh. Yeah, your platform is just it's awesome. It's turned up, you know. But yeah, Princess, you know, you're also an inspiration to me. And yeah, you're definitely talented and have a lot of, you know, raw creative talent. So yeah, keep shining, sis. Keep shining.
You're making me blush.
But you know, the other thing you mentioned I think is important. I just want to highlight, you said that you matter. Basically, you're worth it. I just want to re-emphasize that. I'm saying anybody on this platform, even if you have responsibilities, you yourself matter. If you have children, you yourself matter. So, you know, thank you for just sharing your experience.
Yeah, we always, I don't matter, I'll get me last, or I'll eat last, I'll dress myself last. Even I'm breaking out of feeling guilty
Yes.
for doing for myself. I went and got my nails done yesterday and everything. And now, okay. Now I'm making it a point. You know, I told my daughter, leave me alone, quit calling me. You know, like I'll be back. You know, I went and did self-care day, and I'm getting into the habit of at least once a month to twice a month, a full self-care day, getting my hair cut, you know, getting my nails done, whatever it takes to help, you know, boost my self-esteem or boost my, you know, my temporary, you know, make me feel good at the, you know, at the moment, and to boost that and not feel ashamed. Thank you. Not feel ashamed that I did it. And we are always, as mothers, ashamed that I put me first and I told you not to call me and leave me alone. I'll be back in a few hours. Just, you know, let me have this peace to myself. And, you know, that's a connotation that we need to stop. That we need to stop putting that narrative out there that mothers, you're always ashamed of buying you clothes. You know, we do it, you know, but you feel selfish in a negative way, but you're supposed to be selfish in a positive way. And it's okay. And it took me 22 years of motherhood, or 20 years of motherhood, to figure out that it's okay to care about you. You can care about everybody. You can care about the kids, but care about you too.
Absolutely. See, honestly, I learn a lot from you guys. I'm not a mom yet, but you know what? There are certain lessons we learn in life over time. If we can, that's what I want this platform to be. If we can just share, you know, our testimony, our journey, it can make things a little bit easier, I feel like. So I'm discovering some things in my new role. You know, the physician part, I'm growing and evolving, right? Like every stage, you know, you become a medical student, then a resident. I did fellowship, and there's higher levels of training and, you know, levels of responsibility in any system. But, you know, as a human being, like as a wife, as a sister, you know, I'm now a godmother to a beautiful baby girl. So a lot of the things that you're saying and others on this platform have been saying are resonating with me. So I'm just sharing, you know, what's on my heart. And there's health and there's data and there's science behind a lot of what we're talking about. That's the point. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So thank you so much. Can I just ask you one a question? Something that stood out to me. You said that, you know, helping people is part of your ministry. How did you discover what your calling was?
It was definitely through church and working, like, and then learning what God's voice is and the Holy Spirit. But I've always, since childhood, been that person. Oh, let me help you with your homework.
Yeah.
Oh, let me go do this for you. And even now, I'm learning to say no. That's another thing that, I feel guilty for saying no, but because people will use you. And that is also a life lesson that comes along with, certain things. But I know that I've always helped. I've helped with soup kitchen. I've helped with nursing in the church. Just those were always things besides, the creative things. Those are always things that I've done. Not necessarily being in the front all the time. I don't mind just lending a hand. So, and it's fulfilling. I don't have to be grandstanded. Sometimes when people are like, oh, you better thank me. That's not it. I'll do stuff and I don't even sometimes like for people to know that I did it. So, yeah.
You do a lot of things behind the scenes. You do. You do. Thank you so much, Princess, for sharing your story and your experience.
No problem. I'm always here.
I know you are. Again, make sure to follow Princess on House of Princess. She talks about reality shows, celebrity gossip, and mixes some health information as well in there, right?
Yeah, like everything.
Half righteous and half ratchet.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Yes.
All right. Thanks so much, Princess. I appreciate it.
All right. Have a good day, Dr.
All right. You too. You too. Bye. Oh my gosh. I love Princess. So thanks so much for calling in. Okay. I think with that, we'll just wrap up and I'll address the last few comments. The Real V News Sub. Thank you. Glad Marcella mentioned you. Oh, and guided me here. Loved hearing from you on another channel I used to watch. You never know, I may call in one day. Blessings to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm here on YouTube. I'm trying to be consistent with coming on Saturdays around this time, 12 p.m. Eastern time, like New York time, 11 a.m. Chicago time. So yeah, definitely just follow me. And yeah, anything that you need, just let me know. But I appreciate it. And thanks, Marcella. I heard about that, but I think I missed it initially. But yeah, thank you, Marcella. I'm glad that you joined. And lastly, okay, so to be Black Native, excellent advice for inhalers, right? I lost my bestie in 1997 to asthma because there was only one available in her house. Her 9-year-old. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so, ooh, that just breaks my heart. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's common. These things, you can't play around with it. And we have to watch our triggers. Those who have asthma, just watch your triggers. I've seen everything from like hair dye to extreme cold. Sometimes just things flare it up. Yeah. I remember inhalers obviously can run out and sometimes they can expire too. So just make sure. So yeah, those are things I talk to my clients about and my patients for sure. Okay, thanks for sharing about BetterHelp. Thanks for sharing the Real VB. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Juanita. Okay, love you too, to be Black Native. All right, I think that's our show, guys. It's been a pleasure. I had a fun time. Okay, so we'll check. We'll see. I want to know more about your experience with the therapy and finding therapists. So definitely message me, and we will catch you next time on Saturday. Like this video, share, and subscribe. Remember, I'm trying to grow this platform, and I need your help to do it. Okay. So we'll see you next week. Thank you so much to everybody. Okay. See you next time. Bye.